Let's be real, who hasn't dreamt of diving into some crumbling ruin, or maybe trying to outsmart a dragon, or even piloting a starship through a dense asteroid field? That's the magic of role-playing games, right? It's all about creating these huge epic stories with your friends. It's about imagination, it's about being a hero, and it's about making memories you'll talk about for years. I mean, the possibilities are literally endless. All you need are some dice, your imagination, and you can be anyone, you can go anywhere, you can build your own legend from the ground up. The story is just sitting there, waiting for you to tell it. But then reality hits, right? There's always that one classic problem. You've got the rule books, you've got this awesome character idea ready to go, but trying to get everyone's schedules to line up, that can feel like an epic quest all on its own. So what do you do when it's just you? Yeah, it sounds a little weird, doesn't it? How can you get that same sense of surprise, all the twists and turns, that excitement of an RPG when you're the one telling the story to yourself? How do you stop yourself from already knowing what's behind every single door? Well, what if the answer wasn't to know everything? What if you had a system that was actually designed to surprise you? A simple, really elegant tool that could answer your questions, throw in unexpected problems, and generate adventure on the fly. And the whole thing fits on one single sheet of paper. And that, my friends, is exactly what we're looking at today. The one-page solo engine is just a brilliant piece of design that works as your guide, your fortune teller, and your storyteller all rolled into one. This was created by Carl Hendricks, and it's this incredibly minimal, all-in-one toolkit. Its whole purpose is to let you play your favorite tabletop RPGs without needing another person to be the game master and run the whole show. So for anyone who's kind of new to this whole idea, that's the core of what solo role-playing is. You use a tool like this, people call it an engine or an oracle, to ask questions and get unexpected answers. And those answers push the story forward in ways you just couldn't have planned. Honestly, it's an amazing exercise in creativity. And you know, getting started is incredibly easy. You just make your character using whatever game system you already love, then you use the engine to whip up a quick mission to get you going, and then you just start playing. You ask questions, you get answers, and you keep going. The loop is simple, it's intuitive, and it keeps the story rolling. Okay, so at the absolute heart of this engine is a mechanic called the oracle. The best way to think about it is, it's less like a set of rules and more like you're having a conversation with the game. And you're using a deck of playing cards and a couple of dice to get your answers. Let's run a quick example so you can see what I mean. Picture this. Your character, a brave explorer, has just stumbled upon this weird, mysterious mural deep inside a forgotten temple. The number one question on your mind is obvious, right? Is this thing a trap? This is where the oracle comes in. First, you decide the likelihood. We're in a dangerous ruin. A trap seems pretty likely. So you grab two six-sided dice and roll. According to this chart, if you get a 3 or higher, the answer is yes. It's such a simple but powerful way to get a clear answer. But here's where it gets really clever. The engine adds another layer of detail. Along with your yes or no, you also draw a playing card. The suit gives you a theme, a domain for that answer. So if you draw a spade, that's physical. Maybe the mural shoots out poison darts. If you draw a club, it's mystical. Maybe it's a magical curse. It's a dead simple way to add instant flavor. Okay, but what happens when you don't have a simple yes or no question? What if you're just standing in a room and you have no idea what to do? You're just thinking, what happens next? Well, that's where the GM moves come in. They are your secret weapon for breaking a lull in the action. And the moves come in two brilliant flavors. You've got pacing moves, which introduce something new when you're stuck, and then you have failure moves, which are designed to make your mistakes matter. So instead of just, you failed to pick the lock, the end, a failure move introduces a new problem because you failed. So let's go back to our explorer. They're just staring at that mural, totally stumped. You could use a pacing move. Maybe you roll an NPC takes action, and suddenly their rival steps out from the shadows. Or maybe you get reveal a new detail and you notice a hidden pressure plate on the floor. See? The story moves forward. Now what if our explorer tries to disarm that mural trap and they fail their roll? Instead of just nothing, you use a failure move. Put someone in a spot would be perfect here. The door slams shut, the walls start closing in, and bam! Suddenly the stakes are so much higher. Failure just became the most interesting part of the scene. So this engine isn't just for answering questions. It's also packed with these amazing generators that can create content for your game on the fly. We're talking entire adventures built from just a few card draws or dice rolls. Need a mission to get started? A couple rolls on the plot hook generator might tell you to eliminate a threat posed by a powerful organization, and your reward will be knowledge and secrets. Just like that, an entire story starts to form in your head.
Or what if you need a character to meet in a tavern? Boom! You generate a drifter whose goal is to avenge, and they're carrying some kind of unusual equipment. Immediately, you're asking questions. Who are they? What's that weird gear for? You're building the world.
It can even generate dungeons, room by room, as you explore them. You enter a new area, you roll to see what kind of place it is, what you run into, and what objects might be lying around. This keeps exploration truly exciting because you have absolutely no idea what's waiting for you around the next corner. So this brings us to the most important point of all. All of these tables, these cards, these dice rolls, they aren't the game. They're just prompts. The real engine, the real magic, happens inside your head, as you're the one connecting all these random results into a story that actually makes sense. And you can tell that this was the creator's goal from the very beginning. It's not about memorizing a bunch of complicated rules. It's about providing this minimal, super elegant framework that just sparks your creativity without ever getting in the way. It's short and sweet so you can focus on the fun part, the story. This quote from the document itself is basically the golden rule of playing solo. When you get a result that seems totally random, your job is to ask, okay, how could this possibly make sense in my story? You learn to love the surprising twists, but you always filter them through logic to create a story that feels earned and, believable. In the end, a tool like the one-page solo engine just blows the doors wide open on what's possible. It proves that all you really need for a truly epic adventure is a rulebook, a single piece of paper, and your own imagination. So I guess the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?